They never make sure that that is going the way it's supposed to go. All they want is the money, like I said before. If they expose you to asbestos fiber, they don't care, because it's not these people's health, it's your health. You working for them, they getting money out of you, and that's all it counts for them.
My name is Jorge Chavez, and I'm a demolition worker.
Have you ever heard of a company called WMS?
Yes, I actually worked for them in the past. The last job site was at the Armed Forces in April. We were hired as demolition workers, but we were actually doing asbestos work.
Oh, okay. And so do you think you were exposed to asbestos?
I was. Matter of fact, we were split into two groups, and the demolition team was the one who actually had a beat down pillars that were covering asbestos pipes. We didn't know much about asbestos, so we were actually puncturing the pipes and just breathing the asbestos for long periods of time.
Okay, and do you think the company cared about you being exposed?
No, they didn't. We didn't get any type of mask, correct equipment to protect ourselves from this dust. They weren't set up containments the first day, so I actually brought this stuff home. I didn't know that I had asbestos on me at the time, so I didn't dust off my clothes, didn't take any type of clothes or to come back.
Okay, and what do you think can be done to improve, to stop this from happening anymore?
Well, we all need to unite, all the Hispanic workers that are usually being used as disposable people just for other companies to make money. We need to unite and try to get these politicians to get some laws passed by to protect our families, because this is very dangerous.
Okay, and do you think, so you're working on federal projects, do you think that there's a chance of the public being exposed on these federal projects?
There actually is a chance. It actually did happen. After the 8 hours of work, all the people who were working in demolition that were exposed to large amounts of asbestos just went in their cars and went on home. I personally came to eat dinner with my family. I was at a table with 5 people, still in my work clothes, and everybody breathing around me. And it was more than one. I imagine the same thing happened to everybody else who was at that job site.
Asbestos is a fiber that is in so many materials around the world, around the constructions. And it's a fiber that if it got in your system, it can cause cancer and a whole bunch of sicknesses.
How does it get in your system?
Through your nose, through your mouth.
So it can be inhaled?
Oh yes.
Do you feel that in some of the public buildings that you were working in, where people were still working there, whether it been during the day or in the evening, that there was a chance for the public to be exposed?
I think so, because sometimes when they used to remove the ceilings, so this ceiling stay open. You know, when the ceilings stay open, even if you clean real good, if you clean real perfect, and on top of the other building that is right on the side, it's still
the companies you worked with WMS, did they always have showers?
Well, some of them, but they don't put that on. They just put it right there, just to. It's like a fake shower. Okay. Because they don't got no water, no nothing. All they put in there is a bucket of water, so everybody can wash their hands and face. And all
so everybody washed their hands
in the same water.
In the same water.
In the same bucket of water.
Okay, so there's a chance that you guys brought this stuff out of the containment.
Correct.
And is it okay?
You gotta think. If you wash your hands in a bucket of water, and I wash my hands in a bucket of water, you wash your mask, and I wash mine, gloves, and all that in that bucket. It means that bucket gotta be full of fibers. Wow. So when you get your hands out of there, it don't matter if you clean it up, but the fibers are still in the area.
Wow.
You know?
So there's a chance that you guys can bring that out of the containment unit, you said?
Exactly.
Can you guys bring that stuff home to your families as well?
Oh yeah, you can bring it in your clothes, you can bring it in your equipment.
So with the fibers, they're so light that they stay in the air, right?
Correct.
And the only way to keep them down is you have to wet them properly.
Correct. If you don't wet the area real good first, once you start digging in asbestos area, the fiber is going to go on the air. So the only way we can control that and keep them in the ground is if we put a lot of water on top of that.
So if you're not bathing properly, if you're not washing off properly, and you're walking out of the containment unit, and there's going to be people that work in that building, is there a chance for them to get exposed?
Correct.
Okay. Now, did this only happen on these federal buildings that you guys, what are the job sites?
That happened in federal buildings, happened in schools, jobs, it happened in residentials, and everywhere they work.
My name is Jose Ortiado. I am a demolition worker for WMS at SES Environmental. We just got kicked out of the job site at the Armed Forces Retirement Home.
Okay, and why do you think you were kicked off the job site?
We were kicked out because the environmental agency came down and shot the job down because of they were exposing us to dangerous levels of asbestos.
Okay, now do you think the company was worried about your exposure to asbestos?
They didn't care. If the company cared, they would have done something about it. Give me a mask, respirator, something. You know what I mean? They didn't give us anything.
Okay, now, do you think the company cared about your family or the public being exposed to asbestos?
They didn't care about me, my family, my community, anything. If they did care, they would have taken the proper measures to make sure we were all safe and that we weren't going to be bringing that home to our families. I don't want to bring that to my kids.
And what do you think can be done to improve conditions at your workplace or improve conditions in this asbestos demolition industry?
I would like to say that there needs to be a little bit of trust restored, but I don't see that happening unless legal measures are taken into order. Honestly, the only way that these companies are ever going to treat us fairly is if we all come together and act and get these laws passed for us.
Several times I'd look at my skin and see asbestos fibers stuck on my arms and hands. I mean, especially because there was never any decontamination chambers, where it's supposed to be a three-phase chamber where you're supposed to go in one, take all your stuff off, go in the other one, take a shower, come into the other clean room, and put on your clean clothes. No, these companies don't do that. Companies that work with WMS, they do not do that. They were trying to cut the time. They're trying to cut the amount of time that's cut off on safety in order to raise profits. So what they're doing is they'll put a dummy shower up, but they won't hook water to it. You know what I'm saying? And then there's these industrial hygienists that are all in bed with the companies, and what they're doing is they're coming through and they're signing off on everything like that they're checking, but they're not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have government inspectors that are coming into these jobs, and what they're doing is soliciting bribes off the companies. It's all a money game. It's like, how much can you pay me to shut my mouth so you can make more money? And at the end of the day, it's affecting me, it's affecting my family, it's affecting my community, you know, and we need to make a stop to this. Oh man, we want the politicians to go out, and we want them to enforce the laws that are out there, maybe make some stricter ones, and to go ahead and put an end to this, because these are people's lives. This is murder. They are murdering us.